Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about selling to Marshalls. So if you have a great product for their stores or their website, this training will give you some things to think about in regards to selling to them. With that said, let's get started on today's training. So let's talk about selling to Marshalls. Marshalls is an American chain that's an off-price department store. And they currently, and these things change, have over 1,000 stores they're currently responsible for just in the United States. They're also in Puerto Rico, Canada, and they are owned by TJX companies. So there's reasons I'm sharing all these things with you, and I'll explain in just a few minutes how that can help you make money. So first of all, 1,000 stores, that's tremendous buying power. That's if the product succeeds, that's a multi-million-dollar deal. If it does well, they'll usually test out in their stores first and see how it converts, and then they will add you long-term. And so that's a very big deal. It's a big volume. And also they have large store formats, which means much bigger stores, which means they are able to test out a lot of different products. So that's another thing. They sell so many different types of things, so a lot of you can sell to them. They sell clothing, footwear, bedding, bath, furniture, home decor, jewelry, beauty products, toys, housewares, pet supply, giftware, and they're always throwing in little stuff like consumer electronics things and whatever else throughout whatever they feel like. So they're looking for products that fit those categories, and they are definitely one of the largest off-price family apparel and home fashion retailers. So that also means that they love clothes and they love home stuff. So that's just something to consider. The thing about Marshalls is they are always open to looking at a variety of different products, but they need volume. So you need to set up your manufacturing in advance, and it needs to be large quantities. Doesn't mean they're going to buy large quantities on day one, but they need to be able to trust that you can handle the volumes. And also, off-price means must be cheap. So you need to explore, can you figure out their pricing for your type of product by doing recon work, going to their stores, going online, see what's going on to products similar to yours, but also finding ways for you to be able to talk to your manufacturer about getting price breakdowns, discounts based on volume purchases. So they'll be buying more volume in the long run. So find out if your manufacturer can get your price down. And that way you can not scare them off with really high pricing, because you're going to have to assume that they're going to buy more quantities if it sells. So that's something that you need to play with, because they can't afford that. Of course, they buy excess goods and stuff from people, but a lot of times they're looking for new stuff. They don't care. At this point, they're just trying to make money. So if you have stuff that really matters to that particular kind of clientele they have, they want to know about you. Another thing to tell you about them is, since they have a lot of stores in Canada, sometimes they may not buy your products in the United States right now because everybody's reaching out to them because it's a very popular store and everybody wants to make money. Generally, when they're really popular, everybody's coming after them. All your competitors are bugging them to get in stores. You might want to consider, if you get rejected by the US market, maybe go to the Canadian buyer, which is different than the US buyers, and try and get your deal in Marshalls Canada. And then maybe once you get that in, you can go back to the US buyer and say, I'm already a person of interest because I'm already working with your organization, just in a different location. So the bottom line is, I love retailers that have places in the US and Canada. It's not a huge deal for a lot of types of products to ship to Canada and vice versa. But what it is, some products for sure, but what it is, an opportunity for you not to be sad if the buyer says no to you in the US. You could try the one in Canada and then go back and do it that way. So there's so much more to say about selling to them. If you want to learn how to approach, pitch, and sell to Marshalls, please take a look at what we do. We are a retail consultancy and a rep agency. We're also a company that is a publishing house, all about making money with your consumer products. And we love to support people with retail chains. We look at products when we do our coaching calls and support you. We're here to help people scale their brands as quickly as possible. and we're just thrilled to support. You can check us out at retailmba.com. Otherwise, please subscribe, comment. We appreciate you, and be on the lookout for the next training we create. Karen Waksman, Retail MBA. Hope this helps.